Welcome to U.S. News Source Channel. Explosions reported on the territory of Russia. Two powerful explosions took place in the Bryansk region at night. As a result of the correct moves, it was announced that military equipment and military airport points in the Klimovo and Klintsy regions in Bryansk were targeted. It was reported that the explosions in the regions were even visible from far away due to the power of the explosions. After the explosions, Bryansk Oblast Governor Alexander Bogomaz claimed that the Ukrainian forces launched a rocket in the Klintsy region, and after this rocket launched at night, Russian air defense systems were activated. It was also announced that a motorized rifle regiment was deployed in the region. Fact that these regions are very close to the Ukrainian border causes them to fall within the range of many weapons such as missile systems. Moreover, tensions are rising in border regions. Panic atmosphere in Moscow is increasing with the damage of such Russian military points day by day. It was also reported that the Klimovo region is 30 kilometers from the country border, and the Klintsy region is 60 kilometers from the Chernihiv region of Ukraine. Tension between the two countries is also increasing due to mutual attacks in border regions. Moreover, various attacks had been carried out in the border regions before. This situation makes us wonder how the war will take shape in the long run. Moreover, operations on the Eastern Front are increasing and the war is advancing in favor of Ukraine on this front as well. Strategic advance of the Ukrainian army in Donbass and the continuation of its successful operations puts more strain on the Russian soldiers. Violence of the clashes between the two armies on the Svatov-Kremenna line on the Luhansk front is also increasing. It is also known that this line is one of the important logistics corridor lines at the front and is very important for both armies. According to the breaking news, the Ukrainian defense units managed to repel the Russian forces thanks to the operation they carried out on this line. It has also been reported that Ukrainian forces are advancing on this line. Although the situations at the front are quite challenging, it is seen that the Ukrainian army has gained momentum. Head of the Luhansk Oblast Military Administration announced that the entrances and exits of some regions on this front are being tried to be closed. He also stated that the Russian soldiers, who were afraid of the attacks of the Ukrainian army, tried to hide in the nearby areas. Russian troops, who have been having a hard time on these fronts in recent days, are getting more and more difficult and suffer losses. For these reasons, new avenues are being sought. It was claimed that a forced mobilization was started at the front due to the fact that the Russian forces began to have difficulties in Donetsk. Although this move was carried out to support the Russian soldiers who were inadequate on the fronts, it was seen that the purpose could not be achieved in the previous mobilizations. On the contrary, greater defeats and losses began to be experienced. Reason for this is the insufficient training and available resources of these sent soldiers. It was also reported that the Ukrainian army carried out a large-scale attack on the Kamenka region and hit the Russian military positions. It was stated that this attack, which was carried out using powerful ammunition, caused serious damage to Russian military points. Moreover, as a result of more than 10 accurate shots at these military points, it was announced that very strong explosions were heard from the region. Now, operations are increasing in many fronts of the country. Due to these operations, Russian military points and equipment are decreasing day by day. Increase in mutual attacks on all fronts now requires increasing the available military resources and maintaining better relations between countries. As it is known, Russia has very few supporters and it has deteriorated due to starting this war with many countries. One of the rare countries with which he got along well despite this war is Belarus, as it is known. Recently, it was claimed that various agreements were made between the leaders of the two countries and military preparations were started. In fact, as a precaution, Ukrainian soldiers began to take various measures on the Belarusian border. This time, Russia reportedly transferred up to 60 military equipment to Belarus within a few days. It was stated that these military equipment included infantry fighting vehicles, fuel tanks and Ural trucks. According to the statements of some officials, military equipment consisting of 2 levels was sent to the region. It was stated that the first was sent last week via Russia's Kalyabinsk region. It was announced that the second one has recently arrived at the Polanka train station in the Brest region of Belarus. It was reported that the vehicles included between 30 and 40 new Ural trucks, apparently intended for the Russian army stationed at the Obozlesnovsky training ground close to this train station. It was also stated that in total, Russian troops had 26 flat wagons along with Russian tracked and wheeled vehicles. It was announced that it included at least 4 BMP-2 infantry fighting vehicles and 20 Ural trucks. Increase in military moves between these two countries mobilizes the Ukrainian forces. Although Belarus has declared that it will not be involved in the war, its military relations with Russia and the exercises carried out on the Ukrainian border cause tensions between the countries to increase. At the same time, it is known that Russia got a great reaction due to this war that it started and that it started to have serious problems with many countries as a result of the sanctions. In fact, countries have even started to take measures mutually. Poland is now deploying its military equipment on the border with Russia's Kaliningrad region. It is also known that this region has a military importance for Russia and is in a critical position. Allegedly, Poland has deployed long-range artillery and about 40 self-propelled guns to a point close to the border of this region. Moreover, it has been announced that these long-range 155mm guns can fire up to approximately 70 kilometers. It was also stated that self-propelled weapons from South Korea were deployed in the Suwalki corridor. Moreover, this region is located at a border with both Russia and Belarus. Deployment in this region also increases tensions between countries. All these mutual moves increase the tension between Russia and NATO countries. In the long run, it is wondered in which direction the countries will take. Moreover, it is seen that this situation is more worrying for Moscow. On the other hand, the developments between Kosovo and Serbia draw attention. Tensions between some countries around the world are also rising. In recent days, tensions and mutual moves between Kosovo and Serbia have also increased considerably. Serbia, which recently deployed its military equipment to the Kosovo border and opened fire, is now deploying a large number of soldiers to the border. It was even reported that the Serbian army launched an operational advance towards the regions on the Kosovo border at night. Kosovo, which does not want to allow Serbia to advance towards the regions, continues its efforts to repel the Serbian army with counter-moves. It is known that the most important situations in wars are the support from countries. As it is clearly seen in the Ukraine-Russian war, even though it is a much smaller country, great advantages can be gained thanks to the large number of supporting countries and their assistance in critical times. In addition, considering NATO's support for Kosovo and Serbia's pro-Russian support, the increase in tensions between countries may cause confusion to spread to the world. It was stated that Kosovo and Serbia avoided conflict for the moment so that these events would not develop. Reasons for the tensions between Serbia and Kosovo are that Kosovo intends to apply as a result of its desire to become a member of the European Union, and Serbia's threatening statements about the outcome of this decision. Therefore, the events between the two countries become more complex. In the long run, we will see more clearly what progress these countries will make and in what direction the events will develop. Now, all kinds of steps and decisions to be taken by countries have to be determined in line with more strategic goals. It is important to determine a strategic plan in order to achieve success in the following process. If the successful operations of the Ukrainian troops increase, the Russian soldiers will no longer have much of a chance on the fronts. Now each move is more important than the one before. For these reasons, operations should be carried out in this direction. We'll see what happens in the next few days. We have reached the end of another video. You can support us by liking the video. You can easily follow new videos by subscribing. I wish you all a war-free day. See you.